Good afternoon, everyone. I welcome you all to this session because we are running behind time. So, with you have already heard the introduction of the esteemed panelists that we have for this session to discuss. So, we have a panel discussion on development. So, when we say the word development in Bangladesh, immediately the thing that comes in our mind is GDP and the sectoral component of GDP, the agriculture, industry, service sectors growth, and then we start talking about the quality of GDP, the quality of sectoral development and all those contexts. And then comes to the picture is all those things that actually shape up the trajectory, the shape up what kind of development are we going to have, what kind of institutions we have, what kind of policies we have. Are those policies are just policies, or whether we could implement those policies? Is there any lacking in the policy, or it's the implementation problem? So in this session, when because we have limitation of time, the way we have thought that the session will progress is that we will pick some issues of development mostly related to governance, because we are talking about governance today. So our first speaker for this session is Dr. Mohammad Parvez Imdad, who is an economist and governance specialist in Washington, D.C., and he is also advisor Center for Governance Studies. And I think you can hear Dr. Parvez. I hope you can hear us.
Yes, please. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. So my question to you, that today we are celebrating 50 years of Bangladesh. And then when we look back, for last couple of days, we have been hearing all the good pictures, and also we have been talking about the challenges. My question to you, what do you think was the role of governance when we went through this whole journey of 50 years and reached the level today? Or, if I may say that, in your view, what kinds of lacks in governance you see, that if we did not have those lacks, maybe our development would have been much brighter than today? So if you can discuss that avenue, and you have 10 minutes to give your opinion. Thank you. The floor is yours. Thank you very much. Some words from that he mentioned: accountability, research, decentralization of governance. I think I have been hearing about this decentralization of governance since I started my career 23 years back. So, and still we are talking about it. So it has not been achieved in a sense that we anticipated. So I think he mentioned one thing very important is the accountability is the, even to face, to be successful with this COVID-19 economic impacts, we have to have improved governance so that we can have efficient utilization of resources. From there, I would like to come to Dr. Mohammad Abdul Mojid, who you know, all of us know, the former chairman of National Board of Revenue, NBR. So once he was the main person to collect all the money that we need for development, most of the money, otherwise we could have some borrowing from local or foreign sources, but mostly we ask NBR to collect the money so that we can utilize that money for development. But then when we talk about our development, the very common thing that we mention is our low tax GDP ratio, and we suggest we give many prescription to how to improve the NBR's efficiency and how they can utilize their manpower and everything and improve the tax collection. And I have been also hearing it for ages. So yes. You were there. From your experience, can you tell us why do we still talk about the governance of NBR, the need for improvement in efficiency and all those things? What was your experience?
Yes,
Again, 10 minutes. I'm very delighted to see that we are optimistic, as in the last session, Ms. Judith Herbertson she also mentioned that she is also very optimistic, and also she wanted people's participation. I think that's very important in the whole process. we have more participation from the people. But when we look, we are also, of course, we are optimistic. We look forward that we will overcome all the challenges. But then if I ask a question to the audience who are present here that, can you give me like 3 challenges that you want to overcome for Bangladesh immediately? So I think one common challenge that would evolve, that will come, is the challenges with the banking sector, which is a very important thing, important issue, important variable, important, I would say that making the environment, the whole business environment friendly for development or friendly for growth, I think is the efficiency of banking sector. But then when we talk about challenges Bangladesh is facing, I think the challenges with the banking sector always come in. So here I would like to invite Mr. S.M. Parvez Tomal, who is the chairman of NRBC Bank Limited. And my question to you is that why we still consider, because banking sector has come up a long way in the last 50 years, and it's efficient, it's trying to be inclusive, taking agent banking and other things to the rural area. But still, why for development we consider banking sector to be a challenge? I know, I also asked the question, but I want to know from you because you are from the sector. I think some takeaway from what he said is that we have to, for our future development, we have to move more towards rural development, development of capital market, bond market, and taking short-term deposit and investing it for long-term loan. That is not actually viable. So that is a very important point that he has made. With all the 3 speakers that we heard about, now I would like to move to Dr. Rashid Al Mahmood Titume, Professor, Department of Development Studies, University of Dhaka. Dr. Titume, my question to you is that so far in this session we have discussed about the importance of governance. We have heard some challenges in 2 very important determinants of the development, the role of NBR, how we can improve the efficiency there, and how we can look into the challenges of the banking sector. So if, because of the time limit, if you can tell us about if when we are moving forward, say if we are planning for, when we are planning to be a developed country in 2041, what governance issues should be looked into with utmost preference to move forward strongly in that path? So what are, in your view, are the, even within lots of challenges and lots of possibilities, what are the priority you will set if we are looking at the governance issue? So I think some takeaways, if we heard the word that in his, when he was speaking, the word that we most heard was people. So when we are talking about the inclusive growth, we are talking about people, rural, urban, men, women, everyone. That should be part of the growth. That should be part of not only the sources of growth, but also the beneficiaries of growth. So that is actually, whoever is thinking of development, the path could be different, but the goal is to achieve those kind of development that Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman dreamed of. So here ends our discussion. Do we have any time to ask for questions? Maybe 5 minutes. Okay, quick question. Dr. Jamal, I can see his hands. He was very quick. I see 2 hands there. So 1, 2, 3. So we have 5 minutes. Jamal bhai, you have 20 seconds to ask the question.
Yeah. Actually, I am asking question to you.
To me?
Yes.
Okay.
What should be the optimum financial architecture for the government of Bangladesh?
I don't know.
This means we have the architecture, from the financial system, banking system we receive resources. Then we get money from the bond market, what you say. Then we want to get money from the equity market. If someone says that we are moving towards the market economy, in that case, if we compare that financial architecture, in United States, stock market captures 70% of the sourcing, 75%. England, 55%. So now, our banking system, we are talking every day against the banking system. This is going on, what is going on. What should be the optimum banking resources? I think that the research says that
have the information,
more than 30% banking system cannot provide. And then the bond market should go for 40 to 45. Then equity market should be like that. In that situation, you can make the balancing architecture. But we have not developed this last 50 years. Last 50 years, we did not do that architecture. We are building, constructing the thing, but without the architecture. That's what is important. So banking system cannot solve the whole problem.
So he asked the question and actually given the answer. So
Thank you.
I moved to,
Jamal bhai,
thank you very
actually-
much. So you saved me.
Yeah, actually that is.
Yeah, that's what we talked here, that we have to change this whole system. I think I will come to you, this young fellow, he wants to ask a question, I'll come to you. You will be the last one. I think what you asked, yes, of course, we have to improve our efficiency. That's where we are working when we say that we have to improve our skills, improve the skills of the people. That's because we want to use our resources more efficiently. I think that would make Bangladesh grow faster. I think I would not give any more comment. Thank you very much for participating in this session, and thank you to my panelists for a wonderful discussion for the session. I end the session here. Thank you very much.